So you see right now, James Brown ain't
Yeah.
got nothing on me.
This is the moment. This is the moment. Yeah. This is the moment. This is the moment.
All right, let's get into it. Let's have a look and see what's going on in these markets. Yeah. I am looking at UJ for sell. I'm also looking at US 30 for sell. I'm wondering what Nas is doing. Right, I'm waiting to see if Nas is also going to be selling off the same time or he wants to push up deeper. I'm not too sure about this US 30 yet if it's giving me a real good signal, but I'm watching it. I'm also looking, I'm also in gold for a buy. Okay, so let's look at gold first. Look at gold first. Okay, so with gold, you know, where we're at with gold is basically like this. Here was an Asian session high. Gold already started dribbling past it before London open. Remember what I said to you, when I see a breach like this, a soft breach, the market's already, you know, come up here, ate the liquidity, started making a retracement and then push back up again, eating liquidity, then London's opened again, and it, like, to me, it doesn't care. It didn't care about this liquidity here. It's running and it's pushing up higher, okay, because it doesn't care about that liquidity. That wasn't enough for it to say, yeah, let's run away, let's go in opposite direction. It wasn't enough food for us to say that we're able to go and make a big journey in opposite direction. And the next place for liquidity was all the way up in here, you know, so I got in for the buy when London opened, and currently it's a profitable position, probably 50% on its way to its destination if it is going to go and take the liquidity up in that, above that New York AM session over here. All right, so I am in that trade. For full transparency, you got two positions in it, doing okay. It's not, there wasn't big positions, there were small positions. And I'm also, you know, looking at this. Let's go and look at GU as well, okay? Let's go and look at GU. So this is there and that. That's gold. Let's go and look at GU. Which I wanted GU, and it was risk free, and it stopped me out. And then we've pushed. You know, we dribbled past here again. The exact same principle. The market dribbled past the liquidity level, okay, before London open, making indication correction. So when I saw London open, and we still decided that we was, you know, pushing up in here. It was a buy position, and I think maybe I got stopped out here, and then I've taken my eye off it. Going for the other place of liquidity again, in New York AM, liquidity high over here. All right, so that we're getting a bit of a theme of both of these markets going for that New York AM session from a couple of days ago, liquidity. Okay, so even now I'm thinking to myself, let's see how we're all the way down here. There's a very high probability this market might come, sit on the previous battlefield and close some imbalance. Okay, yeah, it might sit on a previous close this imbalance here, and maybe come down and sit on this previous battlefield, which is just this little high in here, and we might see another impulse trying to take this liquidity over here. All right, either way, this is the price for GU. It was the price for US 30. Oh, was it US 30 that was the same? For one, it was a price. I can't remember which one. It's gold, I think it was. I was talking about. So GU, look, have a look as we speak. Going for the price as we speak. Going for the price. Okay. All right. So let's keep an eye on GU then, and see Huaguan. So keep an eye on GU and see where we're going with it. If we're going to capture the liquidity, okay, and see if we're going to make any type of manipulation pattern to give us some sort of indication that we should get in. All my alerts are ringing as markets make this retracement. So markets are doing, including UJ, who I think UJ wants to fall down, but There is some liquidity above it, and it's being a bit stubborn at the moment. So watching it to see what it does. Just looking at my other screen, but we have got our eye on GU, etc. Right? I'm just looking at my positions, just managing them quickly. I apologize if I'm a bit distracted. Just managing them, seeing what they're gonna do. GU. All right. So looking at GU here, are we gonna capture this liquidity? Let me make sure that red line's in the right place. Above this. Oops. You can see it above these New York highs over here, and actually on a previous battlefield also stemming all the way back from over here. Okay, is a previous battlefield. So let's see, once we take that liquidity, if we're going to get a nice reaction that we can get in for the sell. Remember, I do not want to like selling GU and EU, so I believe the sell is well overdue. All right. And we're looking at it here, and we've got quite close to the level, touched it. I'd like to see it really take the liquidity properly. All right, I don't want to be too hasty. I'd like to see it really take that red line properly. I've got an alert there. I'll also pop another alert in here, and I'm not going to just sit there watching it. I'm going to wait till I hear them ringing off. Yeah, I want to hear them ring-a-ling-a-linging off. Okay. Our US 30 is pushed up quite deep. All right, over here. So like I said to you, I wasn't, too convinced that I got the real signal that I wanted to see. I want to see a nice clean manipulation M before getting involved. So I'm just watching it. I'm trying to watch everything at the same time. All right. And UJ has made a big retracement into an area of imbalance. That maybe now that market's going to decide it wants to turn around. And I'm looking at it. It stopped me out for nothing. And I'm looking to maybe take a potential another entry if I can see a reaction now. But I'm just watching UJ. I'm going to have a look on the other chart in a minute. Don't know what to look at the moment. Don't know if to keep my eye on GU. Well, that alert should ring in GU. Let's have a look at UJ and see what it's been doing. So let me draw some lines in UJ. Now I'm going to zoom out of UJ and tell you why I'd like to sell it. Okay, the only issue is it's not probably, the market's in a little bit of a discount over here. I'm making a retracement back in here, but I would prefer to sell it from this blue line. It's the only issue with it. Okay. There we go. GU's pushing up now, so let's take our attention back to GU. All right, GU is pushing up, and we are watching it keenly to see Hua Quan, to see how it's gonna do. We are watching it keenly, seeing what the market may do. Are we going to make a lovely manipulation pattern? Are we going to make a lovely manipulation pattern now? Giving us some sort of reason why we should get involved, or or not. We are watching it keenly. I am also in a JER 30 buy, which is doing well at the moment, pushing into a level. I want to go and check on that in a minute. But we're just watching this. I'm going to pop an alert here if we break this middle part of RM. I want to just sit here watching it. Come and check on it in a minute. Crosses down over here. You have a quick glimpse at the DAX. We have a quick glimpse at the DAX, which is our DE30EUR. Oops, DE30EUR. Alright, and see Hua Guan, where is it going? It's just taking a lot of liquidity here. Alright, and I'm thinking that maybe from here we might see a sell-off. Alright. So it's taken lots of liquidity. There was lots of liquidity here taken. So that my JER 30 position, even though it's a very small position, I'm just going to squeeze it up so that I can bank some sort of profit. GU has crossed down below also. Okay, looking like it wants to make a local manipulation. All right, watching it here keenly. You know, watching it, seeing what's going on. We've had a little displacement there. Is there an opportunity for us to get into some sort of sell situation? You know, obviously here would be the safest place. Here would be a lot more aggressive entry below if it turns around. We're watching it. We're watching it keenly, seeing what it may or may not do. We've make it is tapping in now. That's its tap in. And we're just watching it. I'm not going to take it at the tap in. I'm going to take it ICC if it continues here, because this isn't a really massive breach of those highs. You understand what I'm saying? I normally like to see a nice grab of the liquidity above the level. I don't want to see this little poke of its head over above there. Because if we're thinking to ourselves about it taking liquidity, you know, we want to see it take liquidity, really, you know, steal that liquidity from any stop losses that were sitting up there. Okay, so that's why I'm taking that position on it. All right. We've also had our UJ that's had a little reaction from that level, which is fantastic. Just closed an imbalance, and now it's pushing back down. I'm just watching this here. Are we going to push up properly, make a lovely M above that level, or is that one right shoulder above there enough? You know, I prefer to see it go and really take it properly. All right. And to me, it looks like a very deep retracement to the point where we're gonna potentially push above it and make a better manipulation pattern if it's actually turning around or not. All right. So watching it. Just looking at my JER30, okay, position at the moment, which is doing a little, it's doing what I thought it would do and have a little reaction to taking all of that liquidity. I'm just making sure that I'm securing some profits whilst I'm not keeping an eye on it properly. I'm currently 900 up across all of my positions, which is light, yeah, but I'm just trying to catch it and catch them actually doing what they're supposed to do. So I want to catch this JER30 as I thought, JER30 GBP USD as I thought, pushing up. I want to see a proper break. I want to see my M above the liquidity level, like really taking some, like just a one little kind of wick little scenario here always concerns me. When I see that, I'm always waiting for an indication, correction, continuation. I'm never going to hit on the middle of the M, because I want to see it take liquidity, like rob me properly. Like, if you're going to rob me, do it properly. Like, do it with your chest. Yeah, don't just be like, you know, excuse me, can you hand me over your phone? Like, do it properly, like you're a professional. Let me get robbed by a professional thief. You get it? Don't let this little head above here and then this is the grab of liquidity. No, it don't make sense to me. All right, but still watching this, and I may be able to use Euro USD as a little bit more of a guide. Let's see whether Euro USD is giving me any more.
So right. That was the potential inducement.
Potentially, like the way the inducement is potentially, yeah, because he don't necessarily trade break instruction M's. Yeah, potential inducement, yeah, possible. Well, maybe I'll try and find one of his little educations, his little sessions, and see how he trades, because I think he trades quite similar to us. Okay, just let me look over here on Euro USD and see if that's giving us any insight into Huaguan. There is news though. Okay, this is what I just factored in. Sorry, there is news. There is news. Let me just go and check when I news. Oh, Euro USD looks lovely. Euro USD looks lovely. Euro USD looks like something that I potentially could tap into like this now. Euro USD looks like a better play. Can't lie to you. From just looking at it there quickly, it looks like a better play, and I'm going to take a jab on it. All right, I'm not going to wait for the break. I'm going to take a jab on USD. Very small jab for anybody who's jabbing with me. I'm a jabber. Yeah, I'm a jabber. All right, just jabbing. Okay. Let's see how we do with the little jab. I'm just poking my head above 4 figures and then back down below 4 figures across all of my plays. Now, it's a bit more difficult. This is what's more difficult about when you've got multiple trades on this. It's like, for me to bag that grand, I gotta just close all my plays. And then me closing the plays is potentially closing out early when they've actually started going in my direction. But let's have a look to see in this Euro USD. Grab liquidity from there. Let's see what we're missing. We've tapped into some imbalance. I don't believe we're gonna come all the way over here, but there is some imbalances here which are concerns. Can't lie to you. This imbalance is a concern. This imbalance was a concern. Watching it. All right. Euro USD is, made a lovely manipulation pattern in here after coming in and tapping into and closing, after taking the imbalance. To be fair, the liquidity was already taken soft here, but we had a reaction. Took the liquidity from below. All right, we can see here. Took the liquidity from below and pushed all the way into a manipulation W down here. Okay. And had a massive eruption of a reaction from there, tapping into some imbalance. Concerned about it. I am concerned about it, but I know that there was some news. All right, have a look at the news. So maybe that little concerning little push up, a little volatility was based upon. Have a look. News. EU news that came out at 8:30, all right, which is 12 minutes ago. That would explain that little madness. And we're getting more EU news coming out in 17 minutes, all red folder. And then we've got GU news in 47 minutes. So that would explain a little bit of bad behavior. Yeah, but by and large, I'm hoping that it can get back to the program and do what it has to do. All right, I'm hoping so. Okay. My JER 30 has just made a manipulation pattern that I'm quite concerned about. Let's have a look at it. Let me see how it's looking. On a 1 minute, it's not looking like nothing, but on a 2 minute, possibly looking like something. Possibly over here. Remember, I said to you, I am in that trade, so I'm just going to squeeze it up and I'm going to take my profits. I'll bag some profits. It's not big profits either, but no point taking no chances because it's taking loads of liquidity over here. Yeah, it really did eat a lot of liquidity. All of this nam. I'm expecting this to come down. All of those red lines are liquidity levels that this market has taken. I'm expecting it to have some sort of reaction. The fact that it's even still slightly pushing up is remarkable. Okay, but I'm expecting it to come and fall down to hell. So I'm just watching it at the moment. And as nice as EU look, my jab is going in the wrong direction. Can't lie. I can't lie to you. My jab is pushing in ever so slightly wrong direction. I'm just giving you an overview of the positions I'm in. UJ is doing well. I've got a US 30 position that's just teetering around nothing. And I got to that from quite early. Some other positions. EU, JER 30, US 30, USD, JPY, and gold. Yeah, I do have gold positions. As mentioned to you, that we're doing very well. We're doing okay, and they are all risk-free and profitable, especially now. All right, so I'm just looking at them all. So we're going to look at what we're looking at right now is a potential G turnaround at some point. Okay, EU was looking better than GU, but GU is still pushing up stubbornly into a space. Let's look at what it may be doing, and we have to zoom out of our time frames and understand what it's going for. We've just taken a real major little liquidity level, that red line that you can see in there. Took a nice, that was New York. That's a previous New York AM session high, and whilst we're there, we're closing up some imbalance. That's what I'm hoping was going on. Whilst we're there, we've closed up some imbalance in here on a 15-minute time frame, on an hour time frame. Closed up the imbalance. This is how you're always scanning the higher time frames to understand the bigger picture. All right, so now we've closed that imbalance, and I'm hoping to see it turning around anyway now Imbalance has been closed. Are you giving me what I want to see? Maybe there's a very loose manipulation end pattern right there. It has been closed now. No reason for it to not to activate and do something. It's just not the cleanest. It's not the nicest of manipulation patterns. But we've seen some displacement here. If I can see this candle close down below this wick, I'm going to get involved. All right, on a jab tip, but I am going to get involved. All right. I am. Okay. I'm watching it, seeing what's going on. I am currently 1200 up across all of my positions, but not one of them for me to really be like, you know, let me just close that one out. I do want to bag the grand, which I could just put it in my pocket now, but it doesn't make sense for me personally. I'm watching it. If we get a closure below this little level here, wick, I'm gonna get in. Well, I'm passing myself because I didn't really like that manipulation input, and there is one there, but it's very loose. The middle of it isn't a nice sharp M, and good job I didn't. Look where we've pushed all the way up to. So this is the patience. Yeah, this is where the patience comes into play. Patience. All right. So I'm gonna put a little alert is in there. I'm watching this market doing what it's doing. Euro USD is as nice as it looked, still pushing up. Okay. Look at it, still pushing up. So maybe it doesn't care about this imbalance. You know, it's trying to tap into this imbalance here. And if it does start pushing up in here, I'm concerned if it's going for this liquidity. All right. So maybe that news that's come out has been very bullish for EU, making it gain a lot of strength. All right, short-term strength. Yeah. On a higher, in a bigger picture, we've got to look at the bigger picture of what these markets are doing. Now, on the bigger picture, this market's been very bearish for a little while, and maybe it does want to make a nice retracement. Okay, let's have a look at it. Zoom out. Okay, let's draw some lines. When we're looking all the way on a much bigger time frame, we draw some lines like this, and maybe that market does want to make a retracement. Where to 50% of the impulse, which is approximately all the way up here, up into a previous battlefield. And maybe that is going to be the energy for today. Even though I'm looking at it like maybe there's a sell on, all right? Maybe the market first wants to, after taking this liquidity from below here, as we can see on a daily candle, we had some wickage below this level. Maybe now the market wants to run up. That is very, very possible, to be fair. And let's have a look on the 4-hour time frame. You know, we're seeing things here. So, you know, based upon how the market's pushing up with that momentum and what the news has done, or what today's price action has done, whether it's the news or not, maybe this market now wants to get bullish again because the news has come out. It's given some reason for EU to gain some strength and to make that retracement all the way back up into some previous levels before, you know, continuing bearish. Possible. Look at all this for the last 16 hours. We're getting a nice bullish push. All right, for the last 16 hours. Go to 1 hour. You can see how the market, you know, like I said, dribbled past Asian session highs. It's pushing down. Maybe this market wants to continue this bullish energy, you know, like so. Obviously, we had a big wick retracement here, taking the liquidity, nam. And now look at it continuing to push up into this direction. At the moment, the way I stand on it is we may be making a bigger retracement after taking that liquidity now, as I've now zoomed out. Obviously, right now we're pushing up, we're closing in balance, yeah, on the 1 hour time frame, and we're pushing into this level. We may see a small reaction, but the way this market has been making on let's go to a 15-minute time frame. This market is making some higher highs and higher lows, and higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. There may be an opportunity for us to get a little retracement, like as this market, you know, taps in. Look at GU. Let's have a look at GU. It's not, again, not really as clean as I want to see any kind of break. You know, there may be a small retracement, but I'm a bit concerned about this market now, especially looking at EU also, because the next liquidity level is all the way up here. We're down here. We've got a bullish, last 15-minute bullish candle. We can see some imbalance here on the 15-minute time frame that the market may decide to come and close, but that closure of that imbalance taps into, I was going to say a 15-minute manipulation W. But as essentially, we might see a closure of it down here, and this market continue to push up. I'm a little bit suspect of how the market's moving at the moment. Yeah, I'm a little bit suspect of how this market's moving. Is it now want to make a big retracement is my concern. Does this market want to make a big retracement, pushing up, a bullish retracement, or not? I'm not sure, you know. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not certain. I'm not certain. All right. I'm not certain. I'm not. I've got UJ position. I'm just looking at managing my other positions, guys. What's on the court here? And that J30 is still pushing up. Okay, even though it took that liquidity, it wants to keep going. It wants to take more. It wants to take more. It wants to take more. All right, which is cool, fine by me because I am in for the buy. But I am very, very sensitive to seeing a clean manipulation breaker structure and being able to. So I'm just squeezing things up so that my positions will be profitable for me. I don't want them to trace and stop me out for nothing. And at the moment, I'm seeing some retracements in all of my positions. My goal is to stop me out for some profits as well, which is cool. It's fine. All right. So, what's the trade that's on at the moment? Well, I'm sure about GU. I'm not sure whether or not it wants to push up or push down. I'm not sure at the moment. GU and EU, I am not sure. The liquidity level we can see over here, which is appealing to it. Wants to go up there and wants to take that liquidity. Okay, it's a draw on price, as we know. Okay, and I'm just not sure about how the market's moving. Obviously, we can see a big breaker structure, manipulation W on a 2 minute, just about on a 3 minute, maybe on a 4 minute, and ugly as hell on a 1 minute. Is the market going to come all the way down here to close this liquidity? I don't know. I really don't know. I'm off this at the moment. I don't love it at the moment because it's just doing too much. Let's look at NAS. NAS also pushing up at the moment, closing some imbalance. As you can see, I've identified above all of this imbalance. Because let me tell you something. When you see liquidity, but you see imbalance above it, think about imbalance as the dessert. Liquidity is the meal, but that imbalance is the dessert. And it's like, if I'm already up here eating up liquidity, I might as well go for the imbalance. I might as well go for the imbalance also. And that's what kind of happens we see in the markets. But when you're analyzing the markets, I need you to zoom out and look at them on some other time frames, because you might not see an imbalance on the time frame that you're looking at. You're like, oh, there's no imbalance here on the 1 minute time frame. But on the 4 hour time frame, look, there's this big ocean of imbalance. You get it? So that always has to be the bigger picture. Always has to be okay. Yeah, on a smaller time frame, there's no imbalance, but on a bigger time frame, it's like the market wants to completely run through this whole level. So at least go and understand where that imbalance is closed. I know when this market gets to the top of this gray little box, that imbalance is closed. Or if it at least gets 50% and I start seeing manipulation, breaks of structure patterns, I understand that maybe that imbalance is done. Yeah, it might give me an insight, an inkling to turn around and say I'm going to get into the trade. Especially if I draw my trend lines and I can see that wherever it starts to turn around, maybe at the top in a premium of that impulse. You get it? So by the time this gets up into these type of levels here, this is going to be in a premium. All right, it'll be in a premium of those type of levels there. And that's taken. It wasn't enough for it. Lots of levels of liquidity, and potentially this is more saying indication. Correction continuation play. This market may continue bullish from a discounted perspective. So, even if I was to hit the button right now, I'd have to put a stop at least down here, which is 40 pips. It's not end of the world in NAS, to be fair. It's not end of the world. I mean, it's not going to be a huge position that you're going to take, but I'm kind of feeling that it might just want to keep pushing up this play and close up some of that imbalance. Now, how is it going to do it? Of course, it's going to do it backwards and forwards. Yeah, of course, it's going to move in waves, as we know. But I think the way the market is posturing, It's like that's what it wants to do. All right. I may take a jab there also. All right. Only thing I don't like is, on a larger hour perspective, is it's got quite a big hour candle that may have some time frame. In 4 minutes time, it may decide it wants to come and retrace. So I'm gonna wait. Yeah, I'm gonna wait. Look, on an hour time frame, this NAS, if I go to an hour, look how big and green that candle is. Yeah. So the hour closes in the next 4 minutes. That next candle might want to come down in here. Remember, this is a bullish candle, a previous hour outside hour candle, and yeah, the next candle might also be bullish. However, probably not before a retracement to come and close this imbalance. Okay, so I'll be calm with that. I'm not going to get involved too early with it. Nas is moving a little funny also. Yeah, that's it for now. Any questions? Any questions about anything? I'm kind of looking backwards and forwards. Is anyone want me to look at a particular pair? Still got my eye on this GR30, waiting for some strong manipulation pattern with some displacement. Yeah, maybe it's.
Sorry, I was interested to hear about your day yesterday as well.
Yeah, it was a good day yesterday. Maybe took away 6 bags out of the market yesterday, and it was just those 2 trades in the morning did well. Plus, there was a few trades. I think G-Van came and met me halfway through the day, and we took a couple good trades in was it gold? I can't remember. What was the peg, G? When as soon as we said that, and I said, yeah.
You did a little something, that 1 minute trade.
Yeah, quick one. Yeah, a little quick one in here and there. So it was just accumulative, lots of high win rate day. Not necessarily from a profit perspective. 6 bags is good, but not like it wasn't 60 bags. But it was just like lots of good trades, nice setups, very easy to understand what the markets were doing. So for me, that's a good trade. Just being able to see things. Like I think I get more satisfaction now being able to take good trades, see good trades and take them than the profit itself. Because I know that the profit, as easy as it could have 6, could have been 60, could have been 600. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, it's just the case. It's more say when you got those days when you were just chancing it, and you, by the skin of your teeth, you luckily made some good trades. That doesn't have you feeling good, because it's like that deep down, there's a bit of a fluke, kind of fluked it. You fluffed your way through it. So for me, it's always about how good was the trading. Yeah, not so much the results. How good was the trading? If the trading was good, then I'm happy with the trading being good. Then necessarily okay, the profits were good. Obviously profits are good, that's what we're aiming for, but on the basis that we're not following our rules and doing this. And there's sometimes you take trades, you have a trade, and then you wasn't following your rules. You got lucky, you was stressing and panicking when you took that trade. The hairline was just going in reverse whilst you was watching the trade. Like, those are not good trading days. Those are just, the luck of the leprechauns allowed you to come out unscathed. Yeah. So yeah, it was more say a good trading day. There wasn't one particular trade. It was more say a few different trades were good. Let's have a quick look at news, because there is this EU news and GU news that's happening probably now, I think. 22 seconds for this other red folder EU news, okay, which is HCOB PMI. We know PMI adds a lot of volatility to the markets, and we've got GBP news at 9:30, also a red folder. All right, so let's see what happens in the next 3 seconds. Let's have a look at some of these. At this EU, what's going to happen? Let's have a look at what's going to happen in the EU. Are we going to go and push up here and take this liquidity? Are we not? Are we waiting? Is it going to do nothing? I'm looking at EU, seeing what it may or may not do. At the moment, we've had nothing, no reaction at the moment. We've had no real reaction at the moment. Watching it. Let's have a also look at our DAX. Still hasn't given me no clear manipulation break, which is fine because I'm in the buy, but I'm watching it keenly and really creeping my stop up as we go because it's taking so much liquidity. I just don't know, when is it going to make its run. I need to go and check to see what it's searching, what is it hunting out. So actually what I need to do, I need to go and search what is it hunting. But nothing. Let's have a look. No real reaction to EU. Let me see if the news has landed yet. The news landed. Worse than expected. Slightly better than expected. No real reaction. Maybe it's priced in already. Okay. Maybe it's priced in already. So just watching this, not doing too much. GU. Not doing too much. Remember I said to you I didn't like this at all. It looked a bit, who cares about this? This ain't no manipulation empire for me. Not on a 1 minute. Not really on a 2 minute. 3 minutes, nothing. Not on a 4 minute, not on a 5 minutes. So for me, that was like I said to you, I was like, yeah, I don't really like the look of that stuff. Okay, our Joe 30 might have given us our manipulation or pattern right now. Have a little displacement real quick. Okay, we go. Maybe this is it. Potential opportunity to get back in for the sell. What kind of distance are we saying here? Come on, quick. What is that saying? 8.5. Okay, I'm watching it right now. That gap looks very interesting as well. I've got my calculator to make sure I know, what my lot size is going to be also. Okay. It's going to be on the side of caution. So if it says 8, I'll just round it up to 10. No ramping. Okay. And I'm looking at it, trying to see what it could be. And I'm interested in getting involved with that if that market kicks back. When that market kicks back, I'd like to get involved. But I'm going to do it in a different way. I'm going to take half of the trade early. Take the other half from the retracement. So if you're waiting for it, to tap back in. Alright, especially in this little gap is interesting. Right at the middle of our M. Can't see the M. There is. Okay. Here's the retracement happening right now. You can either choose to hit the button in that space, or wait for a correction, which is a safer trade. So the continuation, which is a safer trade of it closing down below there. Choice is yours. One's gonna give you a slightly higher entry. If the candle does close down below though, then that's good. I'm saying this gap's interesting, but either way, we're waiting to see what's going on. I didn't take it at the top of this wick. I'm waiting. I've got some alerts in, so if we do just kick back into that little area, all of my alerts should start ringing. Okay, we're pushing down a bit. Are we trying to close down here? Got 48 seconds for the minute close. Market's looking a bit early to me. Just kind of thinking about it. That might be preparing for some quick move. Alright, so we can stay watching this whilst I get funky to some of my music. In fact, let me just get funky for a little bit whilst we watch this, see what it does. Do you know what's mad is they got like John Travolta of old school just shocking out as well to the music. It's looking mad. He's doing splits and all sorts. Okay, so we're watching it and we're just waiting to see. Liquidity was taken from all that, and we're waiting for a closure. We look like we're going to get a closure here. Therefore, guys, you can enter this trade from here with your stop above the highs if you want for 20 pips, or stop above the retracement, which is a bit riskier trade at 10 pips. All right. However way you want to work it, there's a potential trade there for you guys. All right. And remember to manage your risk. Though I'm talking wicked and bad, the market can kick back. Do whatever it wants to do. Okay. At the moment, we have had a indication, a correction, and a continuation. I was concerned about this little area in here that the market may want to tap in. Why am I interested in this trade? Well, we've seen a lot of liquidity being taken, okay, from all of these levels here. All right, and these levels are actually multiple levels stacked. I'm going to go back and show you these levels of liquidity from all different sessions. lots of different session highs. We're over here. Have a look. I'm going to zoom all the way out to an hour, and we can see here. Look, even on our hour, we can see a London session high, Asian session high, New York session high, imbalance being closed, pushing all the way up in here to this level here, and possibly having some sort of reaction. Okay, so that's why. Okay, that is why. And we've seen a nice push from here. Now we could get a retracement. Have a look at it on the 15-minute time frame. Also have a look at the 5-minute time frame. See that big 5-minute candle? It's caused imbalance. It's a concern. So your stops, if you're getting in that trading, you don't want to get stopped out. Where your stops are, it should really be above that imbalance. Get it? So I'm looking at the larger time frame all the time at concerns. 10-minute time frame above this imbalance to here is where I want to make sure that my stops are. I mean, my stops are kind of above these highs, to be fair. All right, and at the moment the market is going in the right direction. Okay, now hopefully it continues to do so, and if it does continue to do so, let's zoom out and let's look at a bigger picture about what this market may or may not be doing. All right, may or may not be doing. Now, in my opinion, it's in a discount. Okay, and let's zoom out first. Sorry, let's really take stock of what's going on. That might be chatting west. Okay, so we're on a daily time frame. We're going to go back to our weekly. All right, so in my opinion, we're kind of high to middle of the range. It's not fantastic. All right, it's not fantastic. Yeah, the market could push higher, or the market could decide it wants to come back down into these levels. Okay, this is the GER30 market, and we've seen it come up here, break this structure, indicate, come and sit down on a previous battlefield over here, push back up in here. I mean, the market could choose to continue pushing up to get to the top of this yellow range. I mean, I haven't drawn the yellow range very well, to be fair. All right, or it could be the case that the market wants to come down. It's not great. It's not actually great. It's kind of in the middle of the range. It's not great. On a daily time frame, also, it's not great. Come up here, kind of danced around for a few days. It's not great. Okay. On a 4-hour time frame, yeah, we've made ever so slightly lower lows, ever so slightly lower highs, but then we've pushed all the way back up in here. Once again, it's not great. Okay, now what we are looking at is that 4-hour imbalance that big old candle just made, and even if the market wants to continue pushing up, it may come and close this imbalance first. That's the opportunity. Okay, even if it wants to go up, and it may want to close this imbalance first. Even if it wants to go down, well, it should close the imbalance then if it's going down. Okay, so that's where we're at with things. We've seen a big candle here taking liquidity above all of these session highs: London, Asian, previous New York. All right, and we're waiting to see some sort of signal to say that maybe the market wants to go down. We may have got that signal now on a small time frame, okay, which was on a 1-minute time frame, okay, which was this market, being up here, making this pattern we can see in here, the manipulation M pattern with displacement as the market flew down here. And then we always said that the market could come and tap back in, which it looks like it's kind of tapping back in right now. And I even identified this little green block of a really interesting place it could tap in, middle of the M, and where a gap formed. So I'm hoping that the market plays ball, taps into here if that's what it's doing, and then starts to do this. Any questions? Any questions, Jay? Any questions, sis? If not, I am going to love you, and I'm going to leave you and let you get on with your day. Today, I've actually been invited to speak at the Black Business Showcase, which I'm going to go and do later. So I'm going to go and get prepared for that. And I'm going there on the basis of my uni business. All right, and what we're trying to build. Yeah, we'll do, my brother.
Hopefully you could film it and post it to us.
Yeah, maybe I'll try and get someone to film it and post it. I'm only going there by myself, so you'll have to ask somebody to get a filmer. But yeah, why not? Yeah. In the meantime, let me show you guys, share a little bit of this energy that I can see right here, just to energize your Thursday. Because I'm telling you, this guy is doing some player hater moves right now, and he's giving man the energy. And when white people start shocking out, you know it's going to be a movie scene. So, you get me? Have an amazing day, guys.